Imagine Dragons, it's time. Kiss 92, almost 8:15, and we welcome back our date coach, Kydon from lunch. Actually,
hi, good morning, everyone.
Okay, so today's topic is kind of different. Normally, we give advice on how to get together.
Yes.
This time is about moving on.
That's right.
Because everybody can relate to that, breaking up and trying to move on.
Yes.
So if we understand the moving on process better, then maybe we can cope with a breakup better too.
That's right.
Okay,
and
who
I actually
moves on?
encourage a lot of my clients to break up.
Right.
Yeah. Reason is because I encourage them to get together fast, break up fast, and move on.
Right. If it's not working, cut your losses.
Don't waste time.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
And we're talking like above 30, right?
Yes, above
When
30.
time is kind of
35,
precious, even more
correct.
precious than
Correct,
before.
correct. You
No
can
time to waste. I know exactly what I want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if it's not there, move on.
It's not for
Okay.
experiment.
Very good advice.
I've seen quite a few
All
of
right.
these breakups.
So how do they
Yeah.
overcome their grief, if there's any?
No, first of all, right? Who moves on faster?
Okay, that's an interesting question. There are different cases. So men move on faster in terms of knowing they have more options.
Right.
All right, so again, I'm talking about mid-30s. They know that they can find another girl.
Right.
They have different girls they can choose from. So in terms of practicalities, finding a new girlfriend, settling down again, men move on faster.
When they're older,
Yes.
like in the teenage years and that, I think the girls have more options.
Yes, the girls have way more options.
Yeah.
during
But in
teenage years.
the
After
30s,
30.
then it gets a bit tougher
men,
for the...
yes.
Okay.
Ladies, yeah.
All right.
But in terms of emotions, oftentimes the women move on faster.
We heal faster, you're
Yes,
saying
you
that.
heal faster, you
Yeah.
get over it.
Okay.
And then, but they know that, it's just another grind to go out there and meet men and go dating and stuff. This get tired.
You're
of
just
that.
like men.
Yeah, a bit of that. A bit of that.
So for guys, when they move on fast, it's more for pride and ego, right? Like
Yes.
they will have another maybe young girl hanging
Yeah.
off their
Yes.
arms, but deep inside, there may still be scars.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They still like the girl. They are still a bit cheesed off. Like,
Yeah.
"Aw."
But they don't want to show it because of pride.
Yes.
Especially if they were the one being dumped.
Yeah.
I hear ya.
So then you take your new girlfriend to your old girlfriend's house
Yeah.
and say, look what I got. I don't need you. I don't need you.
Oh,
She's
they have
got less
Facebook to do that
wrinkles.
now.
I never loved you.
Exactly. You don't even have to bring it to
don't
her
have to bring.
house.
Yeah, just post it out.
On
Just send a
Facebook.
picture, yeah, Facebook.
Yeah.
I've seen
Does that really help people
Okay.
move on though?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. But the guys just like to do it because it's an ego thing.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it's a
Maddie
ego.
was making a point before that in relationships, men are much more ego-driven. And they
Yes.
get
They are.
when they're hurt, it's because their ego has been bruised, not because it's a real, that they're going to miss the lady or what, but they
Yes.
just feel stupid
Yes.
because this chick broke up with them.
Yes.
Not I break up with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for women, they're more attached.
How do you translate this for your clients? Knowing this, right? What do you tell them when they have to go through a breakup?
All right, so there are two main parts,
Yep.
and I think Jason brought up a good thing. It's actually not easy to break up with someone.
Yeah.
No.
They feel the guilt. They feel like, I should give another chance. So
Yeah.
we actually clarify it for our clients, like, should you break up with him? And then we'll help them to break up.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we'll come up.
Sometimes people just don't want to hurt the other person's feelings,
Exactly.
Yeah.
which is
Exactly.
nice, but
It's true,
it
and
can
it's
hurt
difficult.
you in
Yes.
the long run.
So we do role plays with them, break up with me, take me as the guy. We craft out texts for them.
Do you tell them to omit the cliche like it's not you, it's me?
Sometimes.
Somebody told me that I would smack him. Like, don't use that line
It's
on
not
me.
you, it's me. I don't
know.
like you.
How annoying! Say it as it is. Say it as it is.
Yeah, so
Easier
that's the
said than
first
done.
part, like how to break up. And then the second part is getting over the breakup.
Yeah.
So we use this, there's this model that we use, it's called the grief model.
Okay.
It's by Kubler-Ross, I think.
Right.
So there are 5 main areas. The first one is denial, anger, bargain, depression, and acceptance.
Oh, yeah.
So it's the standard one.
Yeah.
So you have
Yeah,
to go
the standard
through
grieving model.
Standard
exactly.
stages. Yeah.
all 5 stages, usually.
Yeah.
Not all. It depends on. Sometimes they don't have to deny if I'm the one breaking up with you.
Right.
So there's no need for deny.
Yeah.
They just go through the bargaining, a bit of depression, like
Who do you bargain with?
themselves, like they bargain with me.
Okay.
Like, should I continue this relationship
Yeah.
with him?
And then
Like,
when you say
he
no,
did something good, then
they will
they'll
start
bargain.
finding excuses.
Yes.
Actually, he's not so bad.
Exactly.
lah. It's only because
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
busy at work. That's why right?
Exactly.
Right.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, if you have those doubts, you're probably not in a good relationship.
Yes.
If you have nagging doubts, it's probably not a really good relationship,
Well,
right?
sometimes the doubts they have are very weird. It's like,
Oh.
he doesn't dress up when he meets me. He doesn't decide where to go for dinners.
Right.
No, stuff
Okay,
like
those are very
this.
shallow doubts.
Shallow
Yeah,
stuff.
correct. Then then I would, with the best of my ability, I'll share with her and clarify what are you looking for in the long term.
Yeah.
Right, but some are really deep ones, like, the jam was very bad, that's why he struck me.
Well, that's
Oh,
goodness,
yeah. That's a
like-
no-brainer.
Yeah. So, but to them, it's not a no-brainer, it's an excuse. Like,
how do
the
these
jam
women
was-
get taught that they ought to let a guy hit them? Like, who's teaching women that they should
I
let?
think nobody does, and I've even met women who come from very good family and loving parents, and we're not talking about broken families.
Yeah.
And she went through abuse.
Yeah.
And she says, I have no idea. I think, and this is a true story, came from a girl, and she said, very well brought up girl, and she said, maybe because my parents protected me too much, and I
Yeah.
just didn't know how to deal with an abusive guy.
Well,
It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, but that was what, she thought. She obviously gave it a lot of
I think
thought.
a lot of women tend to be a bit sweeter than men, and they don't actually know what goes on in the mind of a man, and they think that he's a nice guy, but he hits me. No, he's not a nice guy. He's a jerk, but he pretends to be a nice guy to get what he wants. You know what I'm saying? So they're seeing it in the wrong way. And anyway, if somebody hits you, just leave them.
Yeah, full stop.
Yeah.
There's no other way around it, right?
Anyway, this got to be a bummer in a hurry.
Trust you to come up with it. Anyway, what we're going to do is going to come back. Any stories or any advice that you need breaking up with somebody who is toxic, drop us a text right now, 97170-920. We're going to keep our date coach Kydon here for another 3 minutes while you enjoy this one from Blue. It's Kiss 92. Almost 8:25 on the show, our date coach Kydon Tay. And yes, it's a real job because Kiss fan is asking, is it a real job? Can you really get paid for it? Yes, he gets paid for it, right,
Yeah,
Kydon? I mean,
do.
you're not doing this for free,
He wears
right?
nice clothes.
Yeah.
He's always very well groomed. So yeah, it's a decent job.
He looks smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have a son, so you obviously earn enough to raise a son and a
Yeah.
family, right?
Yeah.
But obviously you have to be good at it, and he is pretty darn good at it. That's why he's on Kiss.
Yeah.
So we're teaching you how to move on, how to get over a breakup. Got a question here from Kiss fan Vanessa asking about the average breakup time.
All right.
Like, how much time should you allow yourself to get over someone? Because sometimes when you take too long, you kind of feel, oh my gosh, I'm abnormal, and it makes
Yeah.
it even harder for you to get over it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I read somewhere
All right.
that they say that the average breakup time is about half the time you've been with somebody. So say if you've been with somebody for 10 years, you should allow yourself 5 years to get over him. Is that true or
Okay, so
false?
that is way too long.
That's crazy.
I would say a good gauge, it's the number of years you're with him is the number of months you need to get over it.
Oh,
that'd make
Oh,
more
so
sense.
5 years means 5 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
About there.
That's a
Right.
better benchmark,
that's
I
a-
think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think in terms of weeks, maybe a bit too short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you've been together,
But at the same time, don't forget your shrine. You want to always be wearing black, and in a secret corner in your house, you build a shrine to him, burn a candle, and weep before it.
No, I think you know
On a
what? How
daily
you can
basis.
empower yourself during a breakup is you tell yourself that during this time you're gonna lose weight and look awesome.
I think people instinctively do that.
Instinctively.
No,
No, they don't.
No.
they don't. There's always this decision point where I will either eat my way through the
Yes.
breakup
Right.
or I will starve my way through the breakup.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Or I will work out my way through the breakup.
Right.
And I always tell you have to choose the workout method.
Yes.
Don't eat your way through it because you will not get the weight
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Super
you will
important.
lose your appetite, but instead of looking at it negatively, you go, okay, I've already lost my appetite. And then, something positive has to click in to say, well, while I'm at it,
Yeah.
why not exercise and start
Yes.
looking amazing and feel healthy? Because losing your appetite is not a healthy
Well,
thing.
the thing is, when you exercise, you just feel better about yourself,
Yeah.
too.
Exactly.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you'll feel more confident,
Exactly.
and you'll be able to get out there and take on the life challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can vent your frustration on the treadmill.
Yeah, to go and just collapse in yourself and start eating ice cream is probably not the best way to deal with things.
We've all been there, right?
Yeah.
Take our advice. Not
That's
a good
really
thing.
important advice.
Yeah.
Oh,
You've got
Kydon,
another
I got another question.
Yeah.
In this day and age with social media and
Yeah.
text and stuff, is it okay to break up with someone these days through a text?
Well, I don't think it's okay to break up through Facebook.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
yeah, that's horrific.
Not a public post.
Yes.
Okay.
What if he cheated on you? Then can you humiliate him by breaking on Facebook?
I would not encourage
It's
that.
not cool.
I mean, if the girl insists on doing it, then so be
No,
it.
when you
but-
see people having these things on Facebook, these like lover spats, it's not cool.
It looks bad on you. It
It
don't
does.
matter who did wrong
It does-
by
yes.
the other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just be classy about it, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to break up.
Yeah.
But what I do think it's a text. I usually think a text is fine, especially if you find it super difficult to tell him or
Yeah.
her that you want to break up.
Yeah.
So I'll craft the text for the girl and
Really?
I'll tell her
Yeah.
how
Okay.
to break up with her.
But
I'm
I think-
surprised to hear that. I mean, is this a
2015
sign of the
after all?
times?
Yeah, it's 2015.
Really?
WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think the reason, the more decent thing to do is if you put in a text and then
The more decent thing to do is Skype.
At
You
least
should at least Skype.
at least there's video.
Face to face.
Yeah.
no, that was not what I was gonna say. I think you should add like a last line, like, you know, when you are ready to accept this, let's meet up and talk about it. So you give him or her the option that, hey, it doesn't end with
You
the
know what the
text.
guy's thinking? So you're saying I have a chance?
no, is that what you would think?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Right.
So usually I'll create a nice text, explain some reasons, and I'll just say, okay, so this is a breakup, and I think I've had enough.
And then list the reasons why.
Yeah.
Or then maybe you should email because
You're
it might
dumb,
be very long.
You're ugly. You stink.
No, no, by
Come
the time
on. You're supposed to be a nice email. I think
It's not you, it's me.
a logic. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
But
Okay.
it can be very challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To help people through to create a breakup. It can be very challenging. And sometimes I get self doubts like, is this guy's worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should
yeah,
you give
you
another
do.
chance? And if I have self doubt, then obviously the girl will be like struggling.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just remember there are 5 steps to getting over a breakup, and they are again denial.
Yes, the denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance.
Right.
So
But
you can go
eventually-
and- so they can eventually accept that,
Yes.
this relationship is over and
Yeah.
I need to find a
So-
new relationship.
No matter how hard it is getting over somebody, just know that there is light at the end of the tunnel.
That's right.
And the rainbow will come out eventually. The storm is not going to keep storming forever, right?
That's
It's
right.
true. That's
yeah.
exactly true.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much, Kydon.
You're welcome.
Go back to your real job and earn some real money.
Yeah, man.
Meanwhile, if there's a topic you'd like our date coach Kydon Tay to cover, just drop us an email and suggest via breakfast@kiss92.sg.
It's Kiss 92's Maddie, Jason and Arnold in the morning.